La 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 la, wait till I give my money right.
What's going on, X? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have Wormhole up on the screen, the one-day price chart. This is going to be a very dense video and a total pain in the ass. This request came from my Quantum Circle group. I am prioritizing the charts that they need and throwing that all out on X for the rest of you guys to see. So, looking at this, at the high back here, it was at a $2 billion market cap. So I see that we're at a 95% drawdown. Technically, the market cap should be around 100 million. It's not. The market cap is 375 million. So what that tells me is there's something from an inflation standpoint that's in play right now. So I went over to Coin Market Cap, and I went to, the market cap chart here. That's where I got that 2 billion. It looks like it was actually at the peak 2.36 billion. So let me do that. That's going to come into play here in a second. I cannot find a market cap chart for Wormhole. Go figure. So TradingView is not giving it to me. Charts.cointrader.pro isn't giving it to me. So now I got to do all this shit manually. So let's dive into that. 2.36 billion there. We need to use the market cap chart, right? You can even tell right here. The circulating supply is only 4.72 billion. The total supply is 10 billion. So less than 50% of the tokens, 47% of the tokens are on the market right now. So that means there's stuff being released. There's something going on. So you cannot use the price chart. You have to use the market cap chart. And so I'm going to have to piecemeal this thing together. And I'm looking at this last high back here. 1.1 billion was that last high. All right. 1.1 billion was when we were right here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do 1.1B. Cool. We're going to need to use this info now. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to use it to figure out where we're headed. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's go over to this. Still have Wormhole on the left. Right here on the right. I'm going to go to the link market cap. But, here, let me clear all of this shit off of the screen. But we're going to use the... we're doing this on our own here, all right? Let's go. Tell me your other creators are doing this shit. Okay. Right here, the top was 2.36 billion. Pretty close to right about there, right? That coincides with this top. That drop came down to 1.1 billion. All right. Where are we at? 1.1 billion. All right. So basically how this looked was you're looking at this drawdown here, and we're looking at a macro A, B, C, right? Okay. So if I were to draw that here, that would be like us coming down into this level, coming back up to the 1.1 billion, and now dropping down. All right. Where's that low now? Right here. We got to figure that out. This low came in June 23rd. All right. Where were we at on June 23rd? This low here. Yep. 251 million. All right. That's way down here. 251 million. Keep coming. 251. Okay. So that's how our ABC looked, right? It doesn't really matter where this guy's at right here. That's how our ABC looked, up at 2 bill. This is the same, should be the same distance of a drawdown. Let's double check. 87%. Well, actually, with inflation, it'll be less than that. Yeah, 77%. So you can already tell. On the price level, that dropped 87%. That same measurement, only 77%. That's where that stuff starts to come in play. So what we're going to do is draw fibs on the entire lifespan of the asset. Right down here, all right? That's how it would look. Here, I'll do the same thing over here just to keep it uniform for you. Bop, bop. All right, so that's what we're looking at here. You look at this range, and this is talking like potentially 9 billion on a full extension of this range, right? full extension of this range up here at 770. You're going another 4x, right? 4x from there. Over here on the market cap chart, pretty similar, right? We're talking 311, 285. Still some margin for error. All right, that's on the entirety. What I want to do, though, is I want to go back to this Trump pump high here, right? Because that's the first range we're going to have to close out before we get going anywhere else. So I pull that up. In a full extension of that, you see all the confluence out here. Confluence with the 1618 of the whole range. All right, right there at like 3.68 billion. Okay, that is what I'm going to be looking at for us to top out here. So it would technically set a new high here on the market cap chart. Whether it does it or not on the price chart, we're going to find out here in a second. So what we would be looking at is we already have like our 1, 2 here, right? We're looking for waves 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, we're looking for 3, 4, 5, wherever that goes. Don't worry about it. We're going to figure that out. I just drew those so you knew what I was talking about. All right. Current price levels at 375 million. I'll go ahead and draw that out here, 375. So you know our starting point. 37. It's about as close as I'm going to get. And I will make that white. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. That's where we dropped to. Drew a fib on this entire range, and we're seeing this area up here just shy of 4 billion, right? Just shy of 4 billion. A nice round number. This is where I'm looking for this thing to top out. So, from the current price level, what does that give us? It should be some pretty good gas. Sure is. Getting us up there to the 4 billion mark, just shy of it, 950%, a 10.5x. If you guys have been watching any of my videos, a lot of these are right in that 10.5x range, okay? So 947% from where we're at is where our fifth wave is going to take us. What is that? 947. And this is where inflation comes into play. Look where that gets us, out around 83 cents. So on the market cap chart, we're setting a new high, but on the price chart, we are not, okay? And that makes complete sense. Taking all of that back would be massive. Going all the way up there would be massive. So right here at around the 4 billion mark, that's where we have ourselves top out, right around 83 cents. So I'm going to mark that. That is our wave 5 target for Wormhole. So I'm going to bring that down here. All right, cool. Good, great, grand. That's where we're ending. You know, how does the price movement look here on this chart? Is I'd love for us to get back up at least to that B wave, if not slightly exceed it. Typically, we'll go up to the 1618 and come back test. We look at the 1618 here at 1.64 billion. There's a lot of confluence in here, right? Between the two charts, between the broader range and this tighter range. We see the 618 and 702 real quick. We see that up here, right? When I add that chart back in, you see the 1618 of this range. Right there around 1.5 billion, looks like 1.65 bill. I'm going to put that there. So now how we're looking is we had our 1, we have our 2, and now we're talking about our 3 getting right up there to that 1.64 billion. Okay, I know there's a lot on the screen right now. Bear with me. I'm going to make that blue so you can see it a little better. Get rid of that. All right. Typically on this fourth wave drop, we're looking at anywhere between like a 35 and 50% drop. This is a lower cap coin. We want to come back down and test this level. Testing that B wave is about a 33% drop, but a lot of times we'll get back into that 618, 786 range. 786 is 43%, the 702, 48%, 618 right there at about 52%. So for the time being, we'll go ahead and split that difference right there at the $854 million mark, about 48.34% below that low, before the third wave low. So first what we got to do is figure out where exactly that third wave is. So from our current price level to there, we're looking at 340% from the current price, a 4.4x on this wave from the current price. So where's 340? Bam, right about there, pretty much right where we had it. Did I already do that? I've been doing a lot of shit. Right around 35 cents. Okay, then we had a drop down here, 48.34%. 48. It's about as close as this thing's going to let me get. Right at like 18 cents. Nice round number. Okay, so wave 4 down here. And then like we said, wave 5 up there to 83 cents. Okay, and what this is doing on a macro time frame, guys, of over the entire life on the price chart is an A, a B, and then a C. This C leg is going to coincide with everything crashing, okay, in a global depression. But we don't have to worry about that first. We got some gas first. But you guys see how I did that? You have to use the market cap chart. And I know we piecemealed it together a little bit here, but you have to. Because if you guys are waiting for these prices up here, you're going to be holding the bag through a whole nother bear cycle. And I promise you it's not going to be a fun one. This shit's going to get smashed. So if you guys like the way I did that, join the Quantum Circle, real-time trades, access to my portfolio, macro analysis, 2 videos a day, Discord, teach you how to do TA, link to that in the bio. But guys, this is the type of alpha people aren't doing, man. People haven't, I've been here 10 years. They don't get it. They don't get it. So if you guys want to make sure you're locked in, entries, exits, all of that, this is 100% the way to go. If not, if you could just follow, like, repost, I appreciate you guys so much. Trying to help as many people as I can before we head off into the real alt season here. So hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. I got a few more rolling out today. I'll talk to you then.